Hello and welcome back to the Movie Attic. I'm Mike, and as I've said before, this is the Attic where I discuss and review movies, DVDs, Blu-Rays, and 4Ks for all the nice people out there in YouTube land. Today's episode's going to be what I got in November so far. So I don't have any time for joking around and messing around. I got a lot to get to here. And, this is a super serious channel on this stuff, so let's dive right into it. The first two movies that I'm going to show, I actually got back. I ordered them in October, but I didn't get them till November, I think, 4th. The first one I have to show is this horror collection that I gotten on Amazon. I believe I got it. It was highly recommended by somebody I watch on YouTube. There's the back. It's 3 horror movies. That one. And that one. And came with this nice thick book. Quite a lot of pages in it. Like I say, they're Japanese horror movies, if you like Japanese horror movies. I didn't know much about it, so it was kind of a blind buy. I watched the trailer after I watched the video from the person that recommended it. I watched one of the movies and probably got halfway through a second movie, and they look, for Blu-rays, which Blu-rays look good, they looked really nice, so I was impressed with those transfers. Of course, I didn't get to watch them all and do a review for the before Halloween, but they are so far, I thought they were pretty excellent. They're put out by Radiance Films. I don't know if they're still on Amazon or they sold out yet or not. So anyway, that was that movie, or movies. Then I picked up 4K of Caligula, which, from what I heard, this is a very controversial movie, although it has some big stars in it. What intrigued me about this pickup was they made an ultimate cut of the movie, and it doesn't have any of the footage, didn't use any of the footage from the original theatrical release of the movie, which just boggled my mind. And then I couldn't think, how would they do that? And then I immediately, of course, the way things are today, I immediately thought of AI. But as it turns out, they filmed, I think, like 90 hours worth of footage and different angles and different takes of the same thing. So they pieced together a whole nother movie. I don't know when I'll get the time to watch it. It's about 3 hours long, but just as a story, I like stories about movies too. And this had a real interesting story, even if the movie maybe ain't so great, or from what I hear, not for everybody. Just the story behind it I thought was pretty interesting. So like I say, I picked that up. So that ends the end of October, or things I got real early in November. The next two releases, I believe, came out the first week in November, that Tuesday or whatever. Of course, one of them was White Christmas. I've seen this movie a couple times. Me and my wife actually went to one of those Fathom events a few years ago, and got to see it in the theater, and it was the first time for both of us seeing it. Paramount put this one out, and if you know Paramount, it can be a little hit or miss with some of their 4K releases. But I heard good things about this release. And to me, some of these older movies, nothing looks better than some of these older movies. The Ten Commandments, I thought looked awesome in 4K. So there's that one. And then that same day, and I got that at Barnes & Noble. My local Barnes & Noble had it. So I was able to pick that up on release day. Then I also got, of course, if you've seen any of my other videos, and I don't know why you would, I picked up the 4K of Godzilla. Which, if you've seen the channel, I did a review of the Japanese release, 4K release of it. I don't think there's much new here. This packaging is very similar to, you know, what they put out, Criterion put out with their regular Blu-ray release of it. Has the pop-up Godzilla head, of course. So I did check that out. I think it's the same transfer as the Japanese 4K of it. So obviously I double dipped, and if you're counting how many times I have the actual movie, it's probably quadruple or whatever number you want to throw in there. I have it about 6 or 7 times. So that takes us to the next release, which is, and I picked this up off of Vinegar Syndrome's website. It's one of their partner labels. It's Something Weird, if you know what company that is, or what you know, who puts that out. This title, I usually the first of every month I check out what Vinegar Syndrome has on pre-order. Just because I know some of these, you know, these things have the limited slip covers. And usually once they sell out, then you find these things on eBay for piles of money. And there's the inside. Anyway, this is an old movie, and I like these weird movies. Like, I mean, who would think Santa Claus Conquers the Martians? Of course, it's, as you would expect, a very B movie. The transfer didn't look too bad. Of course, it was probably VHS quality or DVD quality. Oh, it also came with this too. I just took it out. It's like a postcard. I just took it out because it seemed like it was highly susceptible to bendage being in that package, so I took it out. And this, I do know, I think this is the only one of the partner labels that was on pre-order that has sold out, both the regular version and this limited slipcover version. So where does that take us now? I guess might as well get to Deaf Crocodile, one of my favorite. Used to be a partner label on Vinegar Syndrome. Now I think they partnered up with Diabolic. I don't know if it's Diabolic DVD. But I get them right off of the Deaf Crocodile website. Oh, I might as well show this too while I'm at it. I actually opted to get a Deaf Crocodile pin. Don't know how well you can see that. So anyway, I ordered 2 things from them. And these were late coming in. I think these should have been in at the end of October too, but there was some kind of shipping problem, which they alerted me that, yeah, they were waiting for them to be brought in or shipped in or something. So anyway, what we have first is Trapped Ashes, which If I remember correctly, this might be their first 4K release by Deaf Crocodile. Actually, I don't think you'll be able to see the logo, but it actually is on the website. It said Dead Crocodile, and the crocodile looks like it's been rotting for a little while. Anyway, these special editions that I love these new special editions that Deaf Crocodile's been coming out with, because they're in a thick box. The old special edition ones that were on Vinegar Syndrome were just the slip covers. These new ones they've been coming out with come with a thick box, a nice thick book, and there's the regular case cover, and there's some kind of QR code. But as you can see, there's inside artwork, and there's I think the Blu-ray disc and the 4K disc, which is nice. Boop, 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 boop. So I got that. I'm not a big horror fan, especially like gory stuff. My motto is less gory, more story. But I opted to get that one mainly because it was their first 4K, and I'll eventually watch it. And again, that came in later than I could do a review for Halloween. But as I've noticed with some channels, they review horror movies all year long, so it might come up sometime. And then the second one I ordered from Deaf Crocodile, it was in the same order, was Tamala 2010, a punk cat in space. I like anime. This movie just seemed weird enough to be right up my alley. Of course, there's the back if you want to read anything about it. Also came with a big book. Piles of fun stuff in there. Haven't read the book, of course. And this one comes with some kind of QR code thing as well. But there's the disc. And of course there's, I guess that's pretty plain inside artwork. I assume it's space, since it's a punk cat in space. And like I say, this is the deluxe packaging as well. There's a regular version of it, just like there is for Trapped Ashes. So that finally takes us to the last two pickups for November, halfway through November. And of course the Criterion sale's going on, the 50% off at Barnes & Noble. So with that in mind, I finally picked up Seven Samurai, which I just got the other day. Never saw the movie before. I had looked at it many times in the Barnes & Noble and was tempted to pick it up, and then when I heard the rumblings that a 4K was coming, then I was like, I'm gonna wait. Of course, it comes in a pretty thick package, if I don't knock everything over. Nice thick book. 3 discs. I believe it's a 4K and 2 Blu-rays, and one of the Blu-rays I think just has special features, but I'm not sure about that. I just got it the other day. I didn't have time to really look at it much. Somebody I watched did a review of it, and it sounded like it was a pretty good transfer, so I have no reservations about having picked it up, or any regrets about picking it up, I guess. And then finally, which on the Seven Samurai, I guess it doesn't have HDR or Dolby Vision, but there is a label that's putting it out with that. So whether that's better than that edition, I don't know. But just so you know that that option's out there as well. And last but not least, the 4K of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Yeah, of the Dark. Which I grew up, I know, I've said it many times, a kid in the 70s and early 80s. Unbelievably, I had never really watched Elvira. I knew who Elvira was. I think this movie's from 1988. I was 19 in 1988. So why I would have never got into this, I have no idea. But I thought now's the time to jump into it. I guess I didn't show the back yet. I got this actually at my local, of course, if you can tell by the color on the bottom, it's put out by Arrow Video. Basically the same artwork, which I didn't check to see if it had reversible artwork. This is a real professional show, as you can tell. Comes with a booklet and a promotional card for Trick or Treat, which I don't have. But it's not a really big book. As you can probably tell, it's pretty thin. And all you get is the 4K disc. And for that, I would say that's pretty pricey. I guess it does have alternate. I think this is the actual movie poster, so it does have reversible artwork. So, I know, I love these 20-minute videos. So that's everything I got so far in November. This, as of the time of this filming, if you can call it that, it's about halfway through the month. 2 of those were Criterion, so I got them at 50% off. And of course, there's some other Criterions I've picked up within the last couple months. Of course, I did a review of Demon Pond. If you want to check that out, it's probably about as bad as this video if you're liking this video. And of course, the Fellini box set I got a while back. I think I got it actually at the July 50% off sale. So there's nothing to review, so all the rolls of insulation are gonna have to stay up in the rafters. Before I go, of course, if you've picked up anything from the Criterion sale, or you picked up any of these releases, or just what you picked up in general, leave me know down in the comments section. I know you probably can't tell from these videos, but I really do love movies, and I love talking about movies. So yeah, like I say, leave a comment down there, or a suggestion of some other Criterions, or any movie really. If you see this stuff and know of a movie, it's like, hey, that might be right up his alley. He looks like he likes that goofball stuff, some of the goofball stuff. Go ahead and drop it down there and I'll check it out. So until next time, when I'll be reviewing an actual movie, thanks so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you then. Bye.